They didn't teach you Mexican Americans were lynched on purpose. This is part 2 of La Matanza, the erased history of Mexican and Mexican Americans that were lynched in Texas. Now let me remind you, these were grandparents, parents, siblings, cousins, uncles. People were burned alive, hanged from trees, and shot in cold blood. And the only reason that we know this is because these terrorists would frequently take pictures and put them on postcards, just like they did when they would murder our black brothers and sisters during the 19th and 20th century. I bet you didn't see that one coming. Women were assaulted, children were left parentless, homes were burned, land deeds obviously destroyed, and in 1918, the Porvenir Massacre saw 15 unarmed men and boys executed in front of their own families. The message was very clear then as it is now. Mexicans had no safety and no right to claim their own land. The Texas Rangers falsely tied Mexican Americans to bandits to justify their killings. 22-year-old Antonio Rodríguez was dragged from his jail cell in Rock Springs, doused in gasoline and burned alive. His death was considered the first loss to La Matanza. They kept it out of your history books again because who writes them? Paulino Cerda, a respected rancher, was murdered for the crime of owning land. Jesus Bazan and Antonio Longoria were gunned down by simply riding their horses. Again, neighbors, fathers and sons. Their only crime was being Mexican in a state that was determined to erase them and steal what they owned. And sadly, our women and young girls were not spared. Sexual violence was widespread and ignored by Texas Rangers. During that Porvenir Massacre, the only survivors who were left were women, including 2 who were pregnant. Chipita Rodríguez was publicly hanged in 1863 after an unjust conviction. In Goliad, over 100 people were lynched on what became known as the hanging tree, and their killers posed with their victims again for postcards. This was meant to send a message that no brown Mexican bodies were safe. Today, they use the news and social media to send the same message to the world. Our history deserves to be told by us. These names deserve to be remembered. The crimes of this country deserves to be remembered. And in part 3, I'm going to show you how our people begged for help. If you'd like to support my work, you can buy me a cafecito or Venmo me. The link is in my bio. I'm not supported by anyone else other than our community. I'm going to ask you to think critically, question everything, share this with 5 people. It's time we tell our stories. And let me know if you knew about this before or if it's the first time you're finding out.
Killed by the Texas Rangers. And I said, what?
Her mother had told her they'd been mistaken for bandidos. Yet it was Antonio Longoria, a former deputy sheriff, teacher, and school board member, and his father-in-law, who had gone to Texas Rangers to report bandidos had raided their Hidalgo County ranch. As they were leaving, the Rangers drove up behind them.
Shot them dead in the back from the Model T that they were in.
Longoria says their bodies were left to rot as a warning to others. Yet there was nothing her grandmother could do.
And she would say, ¿Para qué voy a criar más huérfanos?
Why create more orphans, she'd say.